What's up, future fighters? We are back. We are working on this move here. We already loaded it into, whoops, gotta select the window. That's something they changed, actually, on a recent update. It used to be with GameMaker, that is, at least the older version that I use. With the last update they did for it, you can't push a button and have it execute unless the game window is active, which I guess kind of makes sense, I guess, but it was better the other way. At least development wise, it was better the other way. I thought it was. So anyway, this is the move we're working on. Long way around that. It is an essential move, defensive move. But it can actually also be used. That can be used as a counter. Now, let's take a look at that. We've looked at that in other videos. What's the least confusing way to do this? Least confusing way is to leave that open and go like this. So let's go into shadow. Counter projectile, one shot neutral, can link, stay in. Here we go. So you guys remember this? Here's just single projectile, no problem. Nice little counter. It's meant to be quick. It's meant to alter the momentum of the opponent to stop their forward progression. That's what a counter does. So it's a great move. Look at this. This is a blocking move, right? Block. Same thing. Look. I mean, you're adding one. Right. You're adding one extra shot here, but it's the same thing. So technically, you could drop this right here in the counter. I'm just going to close that. You could drop it right here, and it would work. Now, based on the what? But remember, when we were talking about the last video, is in fighting, it's really the why. It's really the why that's important. And in this particular case, the why being intent. And that's really not the intent of what we're doing with this move. So I'll go back out. Just put ourselves back where we were. There. So let's see here. Now the intent here is a block. So you're more relaxed. It's not going to be as fast, right? Right, this is just kind of, you're blocking, you're shooting. It's not really that quick. That's because at this particular stage, Shadow will have an advantage. Right, he's not gonna do this unless his link meter is, above the threshold, his minimum threshold, whatever he deems that to be at that time. So he feels charged up. He feels good. He's at an advantageous position, because he only goes into block when the other person is back on their heels. It's a little bit different way of thinking of defense. Shadow, he fights like me, and I motion captured him to do so, and as a result, his approach is like mine, and I use offense for defense. So I use my speed and my stamina to keep the opponent constantly barraged with moves that they have to constantly deal with. and that keeps them from letting their momentum come forward and keeps them from being able to concentrate, and keeps them on their guard. And so as a result, I kind of keep them set up at all times for an offensive movement. Take a quick pause here and working on my Instagram posting. I've got a little app that helps. It hasn't been working lately, so I'm just gonna monitor that while we work. So a little multitasking here. So what are we talking about? Oh yeah, defense. So in this particular case, the disadvantage of taking your time like this is that you have less frequent decision points. Now, let's look at that in context of the last combo we did. I wonder if I can... Negative. So that's fine. We'll grab it. We'll grab it from here. Promised you guys a story about why my keyboard input technique is different. You guys have noticed I'm doing things a little differently today. We'll get to that. We'll get to that at the end. You stick around and we'll get there. It's a funny story. Anyway, yeah, you see, these moves that we're doing here, they're not like the ones we did previously. So the ones we did previously, they were meant to defend, but we wanted to make, the execution intent was to make sure we had more frequent decision points for the AI. That was really the execution intent. The execution intent here is just to harass the opponent with projectiles and keep them pinned down. So we don't have the same let's see here. We don't have the same strict parameters on timing and speed and how long we could stay in on these moves as we did before. We can kind of stay in on them a little bit more. Now, that being said, we could take a similar approach and do like one move that goes forward real quick, comes back. Oh, I've been rocking the other Omega for a little while. The last few videos, so I finally ran out of energy. That's okay. So you rock them forward and let go real quick. Rock forward, let go real quick. Come back real quick. And then you could rock back and then come back real quick. Rock back and come back real quick. I don't necessarily think that's necessary in this case because, like I said, you're in an advantageous position. So if I wanted to kind of rock a little bit and tease you a little bit, that might be kind of a cool move to do. I'm already at an advantageous position, so I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. So I'm not going to break these moves up just yet. Maybe we might do that in the future, but not just yet. Now, going back to the previous move. I'm all tore up here. I got bandages on my fingers. That's funny. Move 1 is what we're working on here. Let's load that one up. Okay, so this is just double shot there, like that. The Hard Dance channel on di.fm is just killing it this morning. Tons of great hard trance songs. Those big anthem type songs are my favorite. So. And now you know why I wrote the Future Fighter soundtrack to sound like it did. Or like it does. Or is. It's not finished, but... So this bad boy, bang, bang. I wonder if... Does it load onto this guy too? Oh yeah, it loads on both sides. Cool. This is definitely a maintain position type move. That's what it is. So it's a block projectile combo, like the previous one. It's neutral. It's a pin down, and it maintains position. That really is what it does. So let's go ahead and grab these. We'll move them in here. We're doing things a little bit differently than we did when we did the offensive moves. And what I found was I often go back and correct a lot of mistakes that I make that I don't see the first time around. So rather than do that this time, we're just kind of drafting everything, and then at the end of it we'll switch it up. So this is fantastic. This is fantastic. This is just great. This is great. Okay. Rock and roll. Now, move number 2. Move number 2. Let's get it in there, right? That is fast. So, move number 2 is the same as move number 1. It's just done a little bit different pace, but that makes it easy because it's the same, right? A block is a projectile combo. It's neutral. Been pinned down is maintain position. All correct. And let's grab move number 3. Let's see what you're about. So much easier using my traditional technique, but I only have limited access to that today. I know you're curious why. I will tell you. Ooh, look at that. He's really moving there, right? So that's one cool thing I did with the programming. You'll notice that it automatically reverses direction. Forward is backward, backwards is forward, depending on what side you do. Even though I only record on the, I only do the recording on the left side, the program knows to reverse that, and then so it's a mirror image, right? So that's cool. Let's see if we're advancing. We'll use our poll here to tell All right. We're going to use our pole. Nope. Sorry. Get unstuck there. All right. So there we go. So memorize that in our little brains. Or my little brain. You might have a big brain. I guess my brain's not too bad. It's a slight move forward, if you notice, from where we started. I mean, it is really slight. I'm watching that little crease of snow there right behind the curve in Omega's side, and it's just a real slight move forward. But it's a move forward, so what are you gonna do? I mean, it tells you where you're transitioning to. So this is gonna be a block. It's a projectile combo, which is odd, right? We're on defense, but we're still doing a combo. Like I said, I use offense for defense a lot. This is omnidirectional. It's pin down. Or is that one word? Pin down? No, it's 2 words. Pin down technique. I have to look it up later. Pin down, and it's slightly forward. Slight forward. Whoa, we already have that. You see that? Right here. And of course Windows will tell us that, right? So when you hit enter, do you want to move this folder with this one? So just delete. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear my wife singing downstairs. Chia. It doesn't look like it based on my audio levels. She's got a really nice voice. We've used to do some music together as well. She does not like singing for people at all, and but it sounds like she's singing the BPM station. It's electronic dance music on Sirius XM. That's what it sounds like. She used to listen to country music, so big win for me. Let's see here. So this is awesome. Number one, this is awesome. We've really taken block with projectile stay put, and we divided it into 2. Now, of course, there's lots of different other options here. Block, projectile combo, forward, pin down, and then stay in. You know, maybe he's doing this. So block, forward, now you stay in, right? You're closing the distance to get in close, and you stay in, and then he'll reassess and do his Omega thing. You could do block with projectiles, stay out. Block with projectiles, backwards. Retreat would be the execution intent, and you'd stay out. In other words, you're coming back with the projectiles, you're not coming back in. You're staying out. You're trying to get out and stay out. So that might be a nice defensive move, which we may already have. I'm not really sure. We'll get there. So it leaves you lots of room, and I really like it. It's going really well. Hey, we could hear you singing. I'm still recording, by the way. Do you want me to stop? Okay. Well, anyway, are you sure you don't want to sing for us? Okay. So we'll be right back. Subscribe, like the video, go to docbrockgames.com and get the game and this video and the whole shebang, and then come back here and we'll do more defense.